the 33rd Sunday of Ordinary Time. Next Sunday, we will have the last Sunday of Ordinary Time, which is also the conclusion of the liturgical year, and so it's the feast and celebration of Christ the King. But today, we have difficult, painful readings. The gospel starts after the tribulation, then the hard times are going to start. Whoa! And this is good news? Well, we have to ponder it. One of the ways I've been praying about it is, in the first reading, it talks about being in your names written in the book. And of course, we say, are our names there? Are we going to be okay? And maybe that's part of the tribulation. We don't know anything, and we're accustomed to everything. Here at the university, we teach about learning, and we teach how to learn and a lot of things to learn. And then we have a course about faith and how to live without knowledge as much as knowing, seeing by faith. Contradiction a little bit. So are we in the book? And then I was thinking about books that I have read. I love to read. And I was wondering, what kind of books do I really enjoy? Are they books in which the character takes me into the book, and so I'm in the book? Or am I an observer of other people and how they are making their choices and the consequences of how they live and triumph through tribulation and hard times? What kind of books do I like? Do I like books that have happy endings? Or the ending, and I believe this, I think a good author should just stop the book. Too much is made of how does it all turn out. A good author just says, that's the story. I don't have to have a happy ending, a sad ending, any ending. I just say goodbye. Okay, what kind of book do I get into? That's a bit of a good question just for pondering. Who are my favorite characters? And you can learn about yourself in reading good books, novels, and how to do it books. I was wondering about my life and our lives as a book, and how I'm writing it, and how the chapters flow from one to another. And are there tribulations? Yes. In all of our lives, there are tribulations that bring out our character or collapse our character, which is a revelation of our character then. That how we are writing, if we read our own life as a book, how are we doing in terms of tribulation? And then how we look for signs of how we're doing. And in the gospel, Jesus says, you got to read the signs. You know, when the fig tree starts to sprout green leaves, guess what? You know it's spring and summer. So what are the signs of my growing in character? What signs do I have that say, I am confident that I am in the book? That my life is, I'm living my life, I'm writing my book. And I like the character I am, with its tribulations and how I have suffered and triumphed. After the tribulations, then are going to be the hard times, and the sky is going to fall and the moon and the stars, because there's going to be an end to it. There will be, our belief is, a happy ending. What it's going to be, I don't know. I once there was a Jesuit who was deaf, and he kept saying, when he gets to heaven, he's going to be able to hear all the overtones and the undertones and all the harmonies. That was going to be heaven for him. The question then about writing our own book, through the calamities, our lives are going to end. That's what I think the gospel is about. Things are going to end, but the ending is not that I triumphed over a particular way of ending, the tragedy of my life or the long suffering of my dying. No, it's how I was writing the daily chapters of my book. Am I written in my own book? Not I worry about, am I written in God's book? I think God is helping me write the book of my life. And some of the chapters are painful. And sometimes it does seem like it's all falling in. Sometimes when I'm reading a book, I close the book and say, right now I can't read that. That's too much pain in that chapter. But I get back to it. And how the character triumphed. I'm not sure I want to triumph at the end. I want to triumph today. I want to show up today. I want to see how I'm writing the pages of my book today. It's just a chapter. It has a beginning and an end this day. And my life had a beginning and it's going to have an end. I am not afraid of the end. Maybe I should be. I'm not preoccupied with the end. I'm really not. And I'm getting older. I'm getting closer to the bottom of the ninth inning. But I still want to play. I still want to watch how God is helping me write my book, reading that book, praying with that prayer book will lead me to trust the ending. I don't know the ending, but I know the God that is bringing me through the chapters of my life to the end. Will it be painful? I don't know. Has my life been painful? At times. Sometimes the sun was falling and the moon and the stars, but there was tomorrow. The sun will come up tomorrow. So it's a call to know, I think, to get in touch with my name in my book, and am I living it as creatively and receptively as the Gospels call us all to. We are receiving the Eucharist as a pledge to receive the chapters of today, the chapters of this week. It's a creative way that God is writing my life, and I am enjoying it.